Welcome back. I'm Gabrielle Reyes, the Hot Yoga Doctor. For years now, I've been helping thousands of students around the world with my approach to hot yoga. My mission is to help you take the struggle out of your hot yoga practice and find the sweet spot in every pose. Now, do you ever get aching feet, pain or tension in your toes, across your foot, through your arch, in your ankles, in your knees or hips? Do you ever wonder how you could find a way to stop that? Do you have flat feet, weak ankles or pronation? You may even feel a difficulty in finding comfort in your own shoes. Maybe you can't walk very far in comfort. You have trouble balancing in your yoga poses, or strangely, you balance quite easily, yet it's painful or strenuous in your joints, and you don't know why. Structural problems affect your whole body, literally from the ground up, and can present as aches and pains in a variety of places. I wonder if you have ever thought that your feet have the capacity to affect your well-being in and beyond the yoga studio. Today, I'm going to talk about what it means to simply use your foot fully and to maximize the way you can support yourself both standing still and walking. By the end of this short video, you will have some tools that will encourage your own foot fitness. If you don't know how already, I'm going to show you the way to recognize if you have been using your feet incorrectly, what the effects are through your body, and how to improve your balance and yoga practice, along with some really neat tips. And even if you consider yourself to have great structural alignment, what I'm going to talk to you about today could expand your understanding of creating balance, deepen your practice even as an advanced yogi, and also improve your core strength. Did you know that most people don't use their feet in the best way that they can? With your feet shut up inside of shoes for most of your life, they aren't doing their intended work. Maybe, like me, you discovered how poorly your connection was to the earth through your feet and how much you needed to improve your balance when you started yoga. Many people have all sorts of obvious and less obvious foot problems like bunions, clawed toes, pronation, flat feet, arch problems, amongst many others. These affect bones, muscles, tendons, ligaments, and circulation. Due to habitual shoe wearing, much of our foot use has become passive. You could almost say that our feet have simply become neat appendages on which to hang our neat-looking footwear. We'll take a look at how you can be proactive about how you work your feet, with an awareness that alignment starts from the ground up, and that is not just in yoga. If your feet are not doing their level best, then it can set off a whole cascade of alignment and functional issues, from the toes, feet, ankles, knees, hips, and spine. These things can be reflected in aches and pains in the feet up and causing leg aches, knee problems, hip, back, shoulder, and even headaches. Now, I could tell from birth that our daughter was likely to have problems with foot pronation. I didn't have a clue with Robert exhibiting the gene. Being very flexible and with her strength still developing, she is very prone to leaning inward on her feet. Anyone with this condition unchecked is at risk of permanent damage developing. Needless to say, from the moment she could walk, she has had appliances to go in her shoes. But you know what? When she was about 2.5 years old, we bought her a pair of high-heel play shoes. I noticed that the moment she popped those cute shoes on, her alignment improved instantly and out of sight. She cannot pronate in them, and her muscles actually work her into good alignment. Okay, I'm not suggesting everyone with weak ankles go out and buy a pair of high-heeled shoes. But what we do instead is encourage our girl to walk around for about 5 minutes per day on her toes. This is how she has learned to take some active responsibility for correcting her own posture and alignment, beyond simply using orthotic foot appliances and relying on her shoes. You see, if we had her relying solely on the orthotics to do the work, her feet would become lazy. On top of that, we live in a lovely warm climate where for 9 months of the year we walk around without shoes. I can tell you, barefoot living wins hands down over wearing shoes with orthotics at our house. So what does this have to do with yoga? Now, I'm not necessarily suggesting that you prance around on your tiptoes every day. But watching our girl has cemented how lifting up through your ankles can really improve your posture, your balance, and your yoga practice by having some awareness and developing different habits around your feet, especially since yoga is generally practiced barefoot. Watching my daughter, my students, and my own feet has taught me a lesson about structure, balance, and alignment. It shows that the body always adapts, but not always for the best outcome. Our girl can't rely on her appliances as her quick fix, but even at the age of 5, she knows she can have a positive effect on her posture. If you ever find it hard to balance, then you may need to work on the fitness of your feet. But even if balance is easy, you may also need to pay attention to this. Did you realize that when you walk or balance on one leg, if you lean into your arches or grab the floor mostly with your bigger toes, you are not creating proper body alignment? You have to keep a lift in your ankles to build strength through your midfoot by kind of replicating what you would do if you were wearing heels. Let me explain. When you balance on one leg, you may have noticed that you create balance by resisting imbalancing forces. You know, where your body moves back and forth and side to side using gross and micro muscle corrections that become finer and finer the better your balance becomes. But did you realize that you can also make balancing both easier and harder by changing the position of your foot and where you place your weight? We'll look at position first.